So today, officially day 5 of the trip. Got about a 12-mile day ahead of us with a break after about 9 miles at Spectacle Lake. Should be a good day. We've got a lot of cloud cover. Hopefully not going to be as hot as it has been the last couple of days, but getting a slightly later start this morning than we initially had planned. We had planned to get on the trail about 6:30. It's just a little after 8, but that was because we were planning to beat the heat. And then some weather rolled through last night, got rained on a little bit about 4 o'clock in the morning. Really just kind of helped to clean off the tent, get rid of some of that dust. And all in all, I think it's going to be an absolutely spectacular day. We've got a lot of descent, a couple thousand feet of descent, and then a couple thousand feet of ascent to get to, I think it's called Parker Lake, which is where we're going to camp tonight. And then we have our final day tomorrow, just under 14 miles to finish out, going from almost Stevens Pass to Snoqualmie Pass. A little over 4 miles, almost 4.25 miles in the trail at this point, and are going to be coming up on our first creek crossing, which I think, oh, actually, not that creek crossing, but that's a good sign to see that we're starting to see water flowing through. But stopping at our first creek crossing, dip our feet, refresh water, kind of take a break for a little bit, and then start continuing on. It's nice to be in an area where water is plentiful versus like the last couple of days where we've just been scarce of water and really having to actually hike extra water to just make sure that we get through the drought sections. So this is confidence inspiring for the rest of this trip and the rest of the trail, to continue to have water, foot dipping sources, and just a way to be able to pause, recharge, and rejuvenate to continue on and not feel like you're just beat down by the trail. Away we go. Feet soaked, fed, back on the trail now to Spectacle Lake, where we'll take another break, and then got about another 3 miles past that this evening to Peat Lake, I believe it's called. So thankful for this cloud cover today. Without it, this hike would be brutal, as we are just open, exposed, and going straight up. So thank you, Mother Nature, for bringing in the clouds, giving us a high of 68 instead of 88. Glorious. So just like 45 minutes or an hour ago, you can see there's Scott and Evan there. We were way there. Let me see if I can zoom in so you can kind of see the trail goes through. This ascent's no joke. Little view of Spectacle Lake. Decided to actually push on past Spectacle Lake because it really isn't that hot and we'd rather just get to camp. So, continuing up, you can see there's someone coming down way up there. More elevation to come. You really can't beat the views here in the Pacific Northwest. Alpine Lakes Wilderness is something else. Spectacle Lake right down behind me, and then just nothing but mountains as far as the eye can see. Such an incredible place. Such an incredible trip. Highly recommend taking the PCT from Stevens Pass to Snoqualmie Pass. Challenging, but you won't regret it. There it is, Park Lake. There are unfortunately a couple of people down there already. Hopefully they are just getting water and not camping, but there are multiple tent pads, so we should be good to go. So excited to get this pack off my back and these shoes off my feet and plunge them into this ice cold mountain water. It's gonna feel so good. Last night of the entire trip, night 5, and probably my favorite campsite of the entire trip. It's just really quiet, still some peekaboo mountain views, beautiful view of the lake, which I'll show you here in a little bit. There's just like this gentle rain kind of pitter-pattering on the surface that just looks really cool, and then just all of the birds. There are a couple of other people camping around, but the sites are like so far away it feels like we're kind of by ourselves. Scott and Evan have got their own little site, which you can see their tent right there. There we go, right there, if I can get my finger to work. And then I'm just one spot behind them, so we kind of both have our spots and have our seclusion for the last night, and just reflecting over this whole trip of just how epic the just Alpine Lakes Wilderness area is. We were joking the whole time that this is like national park quality views every single day. And we really lucked out with all of our campsites. We lucked out with the weather. We lucked out with bugs. Even though we had a couple of hang-ups here and there throughout the trip, overall it was just a really good trip, and would definitely do it again. Few things I think I would do differently next time, but overall this was a solid 10 out of a 10 trip. Definitely harder than I thought it was going to be, but in the grand scheme of things, it's always good to push yourself and prove to yourself that you're more capable than you actually think you're capable of. So I now know that doing, 10 to 14 mile days is not a stretch for me. I can do it.
Do I like to do it? No. 6 to 10, definitely my preference. But I can definitely do longer days and get to wherever I need to go. So this whole entire trip has kind of now restructured the trails that I'm going to look at navigating here in the future, because now that I know I can actually go much further distances than I thought I could to begin with, kind of opens up whole new possibilities. So I'm going to wind down here for the evening. My phone's running really, really low on battery, so I'll probably call it for filming for tonight and catch you in the morning for the very last day of this epic trip.